We've got super. Well, go on, everyone. I hope you're all keeping well. Sorry, big 3 points. Yes, people. I've got guests. I've got fellow Arsenal fans in the studio ready to join, and we'll bring them in. We'll introduce them, and then we'll go into your comments and then discuss the game. And if you want to join, let me know. I'll drop the link for you in the comment section below whilst we're talking about the game. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But yes, people, let me introduce them one by one. And first, we've got our boy all the way from Indiana. He's gone back home. He's wearing a Detroit Lions top, but you know what? We performed probably a bit like how Detroit did, a bit bitty and messy. But we've got Brad. How you doing, my bro?
Doing good, but hey, unlike Detroit, we won, so it's all good. It's all good.
True. It's true. I know my brother-in-law, he's a Detroit Lions fan, and he'll definitely attest to that. We've also got Moss in the place from the other side of the Western Hemisphere in Canada. How you doing, my bro?
Excellent.
I know. Great start to your day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's early morning, 7 a.m., 9 a.m. for Brad there, but
yeah.
Win is a win, man. Win is a win. Martinelli didn't break his leg. That's what counts.
It's true. And we've got another guest who has joined me for the Premier League review show in King, popular demand, social, wanted him back, and he's here. How you doing, my bro? How you feeling?
It's Sunday. We won. Man United got battered. Chelsea dropped points. Spurs dropped points. I'm a happy man.
What a weekend. And look who's just joined in the nick of time. We've got another special guest. Look at the stats panel we got here.
Yes.
What's up, people? How you doing?
Man.
You all right?
Good.
How you doing, Wilf?
We just need Peony and we have a panel of TPG.
But big up Wilf, man. Thank you for coming on, my bro. Look, he's got the wine because he don't do cider anymore because Arsenal winning. Big up,
Exactly.
And big up everyone who's in the chat. We got Tezzy in the place saying, yes, we did it. Social, a win is a win. 3 points is 3 points. But boy, that was trash. We'll get right into it, Social. Sartvik in the place as well, saying 3 points is really all that matters. On to you know where with so much more confidence. Exactly. And Tezzy's given breakdown of the performance, saying first half was good, but didn't even notice they were a man down in the second. But who cares? Just need the 3 points. Tishi in the place. Wilf and Moss. Brilliant panel today. Yes, exactly. Sartvik. And if you would like to join, and Peony in the place. Good after morning. We're all delighted here as Arsenal fans. If you'd like to join, then you can just click in this link below. Let us know your thoughts on the game. We're going to be running for about an hour or so. So, yeah, let's get into it. Arsenal winning by 2-1. We'll start off with you, Brad. What was your thoughts on that game, your overriding opinion?
Well, I'm kind of salty because I woke up late and I saw that we were up 2. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm just going to sit in, watch maybe a few more goals. Didn't happen. There was no more goals by us, and it was just really disappointing. After I saw that red card,
Brad.
I'm like, oh, yeah. What?
You should have stayed asleep.
I know. I should have gone back.
Yeah, exactly.
Maddie
If it hadn't been for you, we'd have won like 5-0. What's going on, bro?
You wake up, the game goes to pop. You know what I mean?
But no, it was really disappointing after seeing that red card, and we just didn't score again. Martinelli missed a few good chances. Odegaard at the end. But hey, we take at this point in the season, we take the 3 points.
Exactly. It's true. That's what it's about. Points over performances at this point. But Moss, how impressed was you in the first half? Was you more impressed in the first half, I'm sure, than the second, which was a lot more?
Well, no, I mean everything changes, you guys, when Eddie's on the ball and nicks it and gets us a goal. It's like, okay, relief, and then it's naturally the players are kind of okay, we're good, and there's a natural just leveling off there, and the intensity comes down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It does happen that way. Yeah, Peony's also blaming you, Brad. My
bad, boys. My bad.
But Will, do you know, when thinking about it, just before, like taking it back a little bit, going into this game, did you feel that the boys showed that they that there was a bit of pressure at the start of it, or because I saw a little bit of sloppiness to begin with, but until the Eddie goal, that's when I think we relaxed a little bit. Do you agree?
I don't think so. I think what was needed was calm going into this game. Because sometimes when you get a little bit edgy and go, oh yeah, we've got to win this game, and you put pressure on yourselves.
Yeah.
I just think they went into the game calmly, and the first goal just settled everybody's nerves, and we said, right, let's just play this out. Let's walk away with the 3 points. And it didn't matter whether it's 1-0, 10-0, whatever. Like you said, the 3 points is all that matters at the moment, at this stage of the season. So I think it was just calm rather than cautious or pressure. It was just like Arteta just went, all right, boys, we know the job that we got to do when we go out on the pitch. Let's just do it, get out of here, go into the next game. And I think that's what you saw.
King.
So even with 10 men, it was like, well, why are we chasing the game to leave space at the back? So,
I hear that. What about you, King? Did you see who was your key performers today? Looking at the game,
I think Eddie Nketiah, obviously with his pressing. I think his link-up play was good today as well.
Yeah,
I think
totally
he linked
agree.
up very well. He was lively. He scored 2 important goals. I think Martinelli ripped apart Leeds' right side. I think he had that's why Ayling was so frustrated and got that 2-footer. And I think Odegaard was all right. I think most of our attacking players, bar Saka, were good. I think Saka had an off day today. I think Xhaka and Elneny controlled the midfield.
Yeah.
But I think for me now, you can see, it's the end of the season. It's pressure. Everybody wants that top 4. It's hard to just relax and just go all guns blazing. But at the end of the day, we just need to keep on collecting 3 points. And even for the derby, if we draw, it's a good result because we will still be 4 points ahead of Spurs with 2 games left. So at the end of the day, Spurs are the one who needs to win. And I think that's we should just take that.
It's a nice spot to be in.
I totally agree with you. And looking now that the game's over, we can relax a little bit because it did get a little bit nervy towards the end. But so looking at
never in doubt.
Never in doubt. Yeah. Matt G was saying in the comments as well, never in doubt. But I was kind of going into it. The 3 points was the most important thing. I actually predicted a 2-1 win, but I didn't see the game unfolding in that way. Because I thought, I didn't see the red card happening and the 2 goals that we scored. I just want to ask all you guys, and you can chime in, talking about Eddie Nketiah's performance now, because he's pressing. That's not the first time he's pressed a goalkeeper or a defender. We've seen it in recent weeks. Andres Christensen having a nightmare. We've seen it at Southampton away during that lockdown period when he closed down the goalkeeper there from a short pass. He adds a different element to this team, and I'm gonna start off with it. Would you give him a new contract? Personally?
Absolutely, I would.
Defo.
Yeah.
Defo. And before, I've like I've said, I've taken stick from my boys. I've always believed in Eddie. It's just he needed a run of games, and he needed someone to show him some love and some confidence. I would definitely give him another contract. How old is he? 22?
22, 23, some around them lines.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, I would.
Yeah, he's diet Johnny David.
Diet Johnny David. What about you, King? What about you? Because we've spoken about this briefly before with Eddie's performances, because it was after the West Ham game we spoke about it. Or something, Or was it the Man United one? I think it was one of them. But and I'm feeling, and I said it in the watch along, third choice striker, most definitely, because I think you need depth in that striking position anyway. But what about you? Would you offer him a new contract and keep him on and have him as your second choice?
I think for me, it's complex. I think it depends on where we end. I think if we just end up in Europa League, then you can buy a good striker, and you can have Eddie as the second striker. I think if we get Champions League, I honestly think we need a more senior squad, and I would move on to him. I think the problem Arsenal made that they probably needed to make a decision between Eddie and Balogun years ago and just go for one of them and sell the other one. But we didn't do that, and now we're in this situation where Eddie is ahead of Balogun, but we've committed to Balogun, and Eddie needs game time, and Balogun needs game time, but we can't both give them game time and still play in Premier League, play in Champions League, and fight for domestic cups, and it's an issue. I think we probably made the wrong choice, but only time can tell.
Yeah, I totally agree, because he's at that point in his career now where he needs consistent game times to develop. I likened him to he could be potentially our Divock Origi, but with Origi he had a lot more experience and he had a lot more minutes under his belt, which is why Eddie Nketiah rejected stalled on that contract in the first place, because he knows how important it is for his development. So yeah, do you know what, Wilf and Brad and Moss? Would you make him your second choice if that's the case? So you'd go with no striker so one striker in the summer and then Eddie as the second?
No.
I think that depends on
who we all bring in.
On Eddie.
It depends on a lot
I think
of
it
things.
depends on Eddie. I think it depends on Eddie, because if he can push on now, then he deserves that second striker bit. I mean, I've spoken to Moss about this. I would still bring in. I would love to see JD and Jesus and them three, including Eddie, battle it out for 1 and 2. And you know, if it goes the way it's meant to go, that we make Champions League, we're going to need 3 strikers. We're going to need a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. And Eddie's got something that's different to most strikers out there. All his career, he's done that chasing down and old school, scoring from 6-yard box, nicking a goal, ugly. You can't. They're worth their weight in gold. With players, it goes in off their knee, off their backside, off their chin. They're worth their weight in gold. Yeah, that's 20 goals a season. You know what I mean? Lineker was like that, and etc. So it's I think it's majorly up to Eddie what he shows from that here on in.
I agree with you in that way, because when we're looking at Eddie Nketiah's performance today, I saw a development even in his link-up play. That's the area of Eddie's game that I've thought maybe overall he needs to improve on. And that's what we need from him and to develop. And I saw that today. His Bungle raised it in the chat about his passing accuracy, the numbers, and he was holding up play very well, linking it up, one touch. There was a moment early running towards the first half where Cedric and Ødegaard were having one touch play, and that's where I'm like, that's what I want to see from Eddie Nketiah, which is why I've been championing the fact Lacazette still has a role to play in this Arsenal side, because that's what he does very well. But what Eddie does, that press, the running behind, the pace, the sensing, and he knows he's more of a goal threat than Lacazette because he gets into those areas as well as doing those things. So yeah, I do agree with you there, Wilf. I think he'd be happy. So what was that, King? Yeah.
A question. Isn't Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus very similar, but maybe Jesus is more technical, because they both love to press, they both love to run behind, they both work very hard. They are okay in the link up, but none of them are like amazing target men. So wouldn't we be too similar if we had like a David, Jesus, and an Eddie? Like, wouldn't we need like a more target man?
We want people to be in our style, MA style. That's why I've been saying for a year, Jonathan David's a perfect fit, because we need a hard presser and create turnovers and be back on defense. Like, if you put Lacazette and Eddie's energy and pace together, that's Jonathan David. You know, he's a year younger than Eddie. He's going. He's a perfect fit for our guys. But I also agree. It's nice when you're down and you need a different change of striker to bring on Olivier Giroud, but maybe even Bereth. I think Satvik mentioned it. Maybe he's our new potential change of type of striker guy in the future here. Don't dismiss our young guys either. But no, I agree with King too. A lot of it depends, and Greenbone. A lot of it depends on what's Eddie's attitude. Like Greenbone speaking, just like Ian Wright, that this kid just needed a run. He needed a chance. Believed in him. Arteta was defending him always. And now he's starting to prove it. So if his attitude, he wants to stay and be a backup and play in cups. I mean, yes, I know.
This is what Simon's saying here. Big up the triple F. I don't think Eddie wants to stay unless we offer him a starting spot, which isn't going to happen in my opinion.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'd let him go and bring in better experience quality in. So, Brad, and this will lead on to you. Is it for Eddie? Is it a starting spot, or is it just about being in contention for a spot? Because I honestly believe that even just as a second choice-ish striker would work for him, because the amount of games that will be coming up next season in Europe.
Champions League and Cups, yeah.
Yeah, I'm having some connection.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, are we back?
Indiana.
I think we're back now.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we got you, Brad.
Okay, cool. But yeah, if I were him, I'd be looking at it. We're gonna be in 2 cups, Champions League, and Prem. We're going to need him a lot. So it's not like this season where we didn't have any Europe. And I think he'll look at that as hey, let me fight for my spot. I want to be the number 1. Let me fight for it. That's kind of what I see.
It's a nice attitude we're getting at our club. El Neni's all aboard and doesn't care if he plays or what. He just wants to stay. I think Holding's in the same boat. Jack is all aboard, full throttle. Man, the attitude, the shift in the change and the stuff around our club has just been amazing, I think, with Arteta. People need to get aboard.
It's true. And Tezzy said, yeah.
Go on. I was going to say, going back to King's thing about Gabriel and Jesus and Eddie being the same. I don't know. You stick the 3 of them on across that 3, the front 3, Jonathan David, Eddie, and Jesus. What back 4 or back 3 is going to want to play against that? You know what I mean? It's too much press. I don't think it's such a bad thing, because Eddie's slightly different to Jesus in he's more a fox in a box, but I don't see, because remember we've got Saka and we've got Martinelli and with Odegaard, those can all and ESR, they can all interchange. And I mean, if you look at Man City, all of their strikers are the same, or so many of their players are the same kind of thing, but they bring different elements. And when you play them all together, it's too much for any team. Liverpool, their front 3 arguably are all the same. I mean, Salah's a little bit more greedy.
Guys, they keep your true.
Yeah,
I think Firmino is a target man, more of a
but Firmino's not playing.
Kind of player, but he's injured. That's why.
Yeah,
but you see, even when he's back from
injury,
injury,
he is. But look at what they've. Yeah, but look at what they've done with Jota, Mane, Salah, and Diaz. They're all very similar players. They all chase down. They all hurry. They all press high. Arguably, Salah, just because he's more greedy and more an out-and-out striker. All Diaz, Jota, and Mane are very 3 similar players, and it works for them. Man City have similar players on the pitch at the same time. It works for them. I don't think it's such a bad thing.
Yeah, and
I'm inclined to agree. You go, King.
I kind of disagree. I think one of the reasons why City has struggled to get to the Champions League win is because they lack that kind of target man up front. If you look at most of the teams that's won the Champions League lately, even with Chelsea last year, they had Havertz up front. You see the year before, you've seen Liverpool, you've seen Bayern, you've seen Real Madrid with Benzema. I think in sometimes in certain games when you struggle to break down teams and you can't play the ball in behind. You kind of need that Firmino, that Benzema type of target. That's just my opinion. I can be wrong,
No,
but
I
I just
agree.
think that
You guys are
actually
both
agree with-
right. Yeah.
I actually agree with King as well, because with Liverpool, I know they've done all right without Firmino, but I think they performed better when Firmino's played. Even if you have a look when they played against us, when Firmino came on, he was
look
excellent.
yesterday they lacked the target man,
Yeah.
and they couldn't win, and they needed to win yesterday. And I just think that is important sometimes. And I feel like if you have Eddie and you have Jesus, for example, or you have Eddie and Jonathan David, then I would go for a target man to mix it up, because I think even someone like Martinelli, he presses, he can play up front. You know, I think he can learn. He will be more mature and stronger. I think in the future we would see him more central. So for me personally, I would prefer at least one target man. It doesn't have to be like someone who's 6'6", but someone who's strong, link up, who we can feed the crosses into, because we love to put in a cross. We saw even today lots of crosses, but no one who can threaten the opposition in the area. That's just my view on it. But it's always good to have a discussion.
You're 100% right, King. We don't need 6'5" like Weghorst, like a lot of people are calling for, but we do. Like Jota, he's not even 6 feet.
He's an aerial threat.
Super good in the air. Like Jesus isn't bad. David's not bad in the air. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious. Brad, were you going to say something? I'm curious to what you were going to say.
Oh no, I'm just listening now. I wasn't going to say anything.
No. So interesting. But that's Eddie. What was you going to say?
I actually think Jonathan David could be that target man as well, because Moss will correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think Jonathan David is the all-round striker. He can be a target man. He can play anywhere across that front three. He's an ice-cold finisher. He's got pace. He's strong. He can hold up the ball well. His link-up play. I think Jonathan David, Jesus, and Eddie. Jonathan David could be that target.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, Moss?
Yeah. No, he's a lot like Firmino in that way, but his pressing stats are amazing. Like he causes, and not always so much Lille this year. Watch Lille last year with the good coach, and then watch him with Canada. He creates so many turnovers. He's so good defensively, but he can be the link-up guy. He's very good at it because he's very ambidextrous, like both feet, like nonstop, like either side. But originally when he was young, he would play on the left side and cut in a lot, like kind of like Henry. But no, he's since being in Liga, he's gotten a lot better at being a central link-up guy, and they don't even play Yilmaz anymore, really.
Yeah. Well, we've spoken a lot on Eddie and Nketiah. There's also a few other performances that I want to talk about, and Tomiyasu at left back. My words,
he's good at left, man.
Yeah. At the back, when we talk about Tomiyasu, you can link it up with the rest of the defenders, because with Tomiyasu, I was just so impressed at his passing range. He's so unpredictable because he can use both feet, and it's kind of like we've been linked to an Aaron Hickey, and he's very much similar, where he's it's not ambidextrous, but what the same thing for your both feet when you can use 2 feet so well. It just opens up the game a lot better for us going forward, playing balls forward into Martinelli, into midfield, and most importantly, he's defending. What was your thoughts on the defense as a whole, and is there anyone else that you want to pick out?
Well, I'm just looking at Tomiyasu's stats here real quick. He had a 94% pass accuracy.
Yeah.
That is insane. And it's so nice to see someone as versatile as him, because he plays center back for Japan, and then he can play either fullback for us. I mean, put him in anywhere, he'll do great.
Yeah, but Bologna even played him defensive center mid, too.
Yeah, exactly. But it shows how much we missed him. Today's game showed how much we missed him, and I've got to give a shout out to Gabriel for keeping his head, because he picked up a yellow card early, and earlier on in the season he'd have got sent off.
I think he was pretty pissed about that double foot slide about Martinelli. I think Gabriel pissed.
Yeah, and I just think the maturity of our back five has improved exponentially over the season, and I'm so looking forward to next season when they've had a season together. They're even more settled, and you've got Holdini and players like that coming in when needed. So I just that whole unit has to be given credit along with Arteta for putting that together, because that was one of our major problems when he first took over was our back four was just shaky and ropey and leaking goals and making mistakes. Tomiyasu I've loved from day one, but that the whole back five as a unit have been, they've had their shaky moments. They're young. They will learn. But
It's been
come next
different.
season, yeah, definitely.
It will be interesting because if Saliba's going to be added to the mix.
Tereak and King, is there any, like, Ben White was just not in because he's good to go, but just get him ready for Tottenham, right?
I think when I listened to Arteta's latest press conference, he kind of said that Ben White needed to train. So I think he hadn't trained before Thursday. So I'm not sure if he trained on Friday. Before Friday. I'm not sure if he trained on Saturday, but I think it was just too early. But I think this game again showed us how much we miss Ben White.
Yeah.
When we needed to hold possession, when we needed to pass around the ball, when we needed someone who's calm on the ball, we missed him. I think when we have him and we have Tomiyasu, we are so much better in possession.
And King Cedric can't be playing against Son, man. Like,
it's worrying.
Yeah,
but what would you guys do? Would you play?
That was my next question as well.
I'll
let you.
Becoming the host now,
we get back to our normal lineup, man.
I agree.
Would you play a 3-4-3 against Spurs, like kind of fluid, like we did against Chelsea, because they play with a 3-4-3 and they need to win, they need to attack? Or would you keep our formation we had today, and who would you play in the back line? I think
we get back to Tommy Boy at right back, and Ben and Gabriel and Nuno's got to do a job.
Ooh, you'd play Nuno.
Well, funny you should say that. I was thinking about it. I just had a brain flash. If Ben White's fit, I play against Tottenham. I play Holdini, Gabriel in the centre, and have Ben White on the right and Tommy on the left.
So I was just gonna say, was this Tommy thing a little test to see how good at left back, and then
I like
and
that.
then we keep Holdini in, and Tommy plays left, and Ben plays right back.
That's an interesting shout. I've not really thought about that. I don't think I've been too impressed with Ben White at right back, in all honesty, though, from what I've seen from him. When I saw him against Chelsea, I didn't think he was great. I thought they got quite a bit of joy on that side as well. Right. Because I love Ben White, and I'd actually start him over.
But what we could do is if we want to neutralize Son, obviously Tommy showed he can play both sides. So if they're switching Son around, just Tommy follow him, like stay with.
Yeah,
he's switching sides.
I like that. Yeah.
But also this is something else that people
say. Tommy showed that he Tommy showed when he was in Bologna that he could handle Ronaldo at his best. He can handle Ronaldo. He can handle Son, Kane, anyone. Yeah.
And this is the question that I know Moss definitely posing. I've got my own thoughts and opinions on it for like right now, but some people are saying with our defense, because we're not controlling games, and I agree with King. I think missing Ben White, we've seen that against West Ham and Leeds today, where we're losing control of it because we don't have that in the back or in defence. Or in midfield, sorry, with Thomas Partey. I think we lost a bit of control there too. But would you guys go for a 3 at the back formation? Would you match their formation with Tottenham, or would you
the Moss style?
That's what I'm saying. That's your shout.
It could definitely work. It could definitely work versus Tottenham, because that's what Conte likes to do too. Like we'll counter his counter, and we'll go Boldini, Ben White, and Gabriel, and then Nuno is way more comfortable being a left wing back. That's what I've been saying. Like, make him play where he's comfortable.
Would any of you guys do that? Or would you? Because that's taking out one of our
I
attacking
would.
players.
No.
I would, but
It would
but
But I don't think
Arteta
he'll
would.
do it.
I don't think Arteta liked three at the back. He showed that because there's been plenty of times
He
when
could've
it was called for, he could have done it. And I think the only time he did it was against Chelsea.
Yep.
Did he
In
do
that
it
period,
Chelsea?
yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah.
He didn't do it this. Well, it wasn't really a 3 at the back this season.
No,
it was kind of very fluid formation.
But that's that. If you're good, I think he only likes doing that if he's playing Tavares and he's got Tomiyasu at right back, and then when we're pushing up, they swing into a 3. That's the only time he seems to like doing it. I don't think he likes playing 3 at the back, and I can't see him. I would, but I can't see Arteta doing that.
What about you, King?
Yeah, I would actually play a 3-4-3. I think the reason why is that Spurs seems to be very dangerous on the flanks. Kulusevski has impressed on me. We all know how good Son is. We know how good he is in the derbies. And Sessegnon and Emerson, they like to attack. So I think I would do that because Nuno is good at going forward, but he can't defend.
Yeah.
And Cedric is kind of the same. He's a bit better defensive than Nuno, but not much. It's not a big difference.
Not
So
much.
for me, because of Tierney is out, if we had Tierney, I wouldn't mind. Even if we had Thomas Partey, I wouldn't mind. But because we're missing both of them, and Ben White has been missing a lot of games as well, it could be good to have a back 3, just to protect the defense a bit more, because as I said, a draw is still a very good result for us. Spurs are the one who needs to win, and they struggle with low blocks. We've seen
Very
it.
true.
If
Very
you play a
true.
high line, they love it. But if we play a low block, they hate it.
Yeah. They want us to go at them, and we got to resist. We got to, I think the 3 or the 5 at the back, like Sabik says, with the wing backs, it would work. But I just think because Elneny and Xhaka are pretty well defensively and helping our back four. I think he'll probably stay with that. But I agree. I think it's more comfortable going with wing backs.
Yeah.
Guys, we're missing the most obvious answer here.
Yeah.
Xhaka at left back.
Let's try it again.
Somebody needs to go back to sleep. Somebody needs to go back to sleep. Seriously.
We're laughing, but it most certainly could happen. It wouldn't surprise us.
Oh, God, I wouldn't watch the game if they did that. I'd turn it off.
Sterling.
I know 1-0 City. The former Liverpool player.
I said to you, I think I said in Discord that or on your show, that draw for Liverpool, I think, ends their title hopes, because City were never gonna. They're not the type of team to not take advantage of that slip up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
exactly, it's true, bro.
Because they bottled the Champions League, they won't bottle this.
I agree with Sartvik here, though. Cedric did put a shift in today. I thought he was quite good. Cedric, one of his better performances that I've seen him play.
The highest rating on SofaScore out of all the defenders today.
I thought he was good, man.
Higher than Tommy. Wow.
Yeah. Tommy was a 7.3. Cedric was a 7.5.
Well,
I wouldn't
you're a fullback. It makes life pretty easy.
I think he's in the 7+s. I do agree with that, though, but probably not higher than Tommy.
But he can't play Son.
It was a good assist by Jesus today to Sterling goal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
See the cross.
I'm not going to take anything away from Cedric, but it was, it's at the sound of being negative, it was Leeds.
And it's
the Spuds are a different property. Yeah, the Spuds are a different proposition.
Proposition.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Proposition.
That's good.
I'd certainly stick Tommy up against Heung-min Son, though, because
absolutely, without a doubt.
I wouldn't play him left back. I'd play him right back for that.
Well, wherever Son is.
Yeah, I agree with Moss. Wherever.
I think what negates both Kane and Song, who was it that they played against that you block their service. There was a team that who did they play against that I think was it Burnley or someone
Yeah,
who
Burnley.
cut off the service to Son and Kane, and
Odegaard
that
has to
was it.
stay busy, and Højbjerg.
Brighton did the
Yeah.
same with
Zuma
Zuma.
and
I think
Brighton.
that's more important than Tommy and Kane
Good call.
being in our final third. If we cut out their service, that negates the whole Tommy against Tomiyasu or Cedric. It just cut off their service. Concentrate on cutting off their service.
I think Liverpool did it
Yeah.
for the majority, and they did it in a high pressing way. I thought they were
There you
impressive,
go.
but Liverpool just weren't sharp in their attack. They were
Yeah.
excellent pressing them. They couldn't get out Tottenham for a lot of it.
They didn't have a link,
I think
man.
that's the way we need to go. Yeah, I think that's the way we need to go, rather than letting Son and Kane get into our last third and thinking about dealing with them then. Cut it off at source. Cut it off at source. Just press them high. Don't let them get out. Don't give them service. Don't let them have service into their feet and turn and look at our goal. And that's their attack sorted. You know what I mean? And then they have to deal with our players.
It's true. And now I'll move on into.
I agree with you, T, about Liverpool. Like,
yeah,
they just didn't finish, and they, but the attacking on Tottenham too much. What Creambone's saying is like, I thought Liverpool made a bit of a mistake. I think King's saying that too. Is they didn't have Firmino and Jota in there from the start, and that's what Odegaard's got to do. Is he's got to keep those mids busy and active and pushing back against Tottenham, because then it takes away the service big time.
And that swiftly moves on right into what I was going to say, our best area of the pitch today. I thought our midfield was excellent. Like Elneny, Odegaard, Xhaka, they were all brilliant.
Elneny was really good again.
Guys, let me know who your standout was and your standout moments in particular.
Go ahead, King.
You know what?
Or Cream.
It's probably a part take, but since the Chelsea game, I've just loved Elneny. He comes in, he's done what needed to be done, and what he's added to his game is progressive passes, because he was always guilty of sideways and backways passes. The moment he started forward thinking has changed the dynamic, and teams are not prepared for that with him. They've been prepared for Partey and Xhaka and all the rest of it, and Laka. And now that things have changed up, they're not factoring Elneny. And I think he was standout for me. He's been standout since the Chelsea game for me.
Yeah, I thought it was good. He's playing loads of balls forward too, into the guy.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
It was excellent.
98% pass accuracy for him.
Wow. Hey, Statman Brad right there. Hitting
got Sofa score pulled up. I got you guys.
Yeah, there you go. I knew he brought you in for a reason, Brad. He brought you in for a reason.
King, talk to me about Odegaard, man. Because just watching some of the things that boy could do, it's just a delight to watch.
Listen, I love Odegaard. I think he's a fantastic player. And I can't wait for us to upgrade on the attack to even see him become even more influential, because you can see the vision is there, the talent is there, the passing is there, everything is there, the pressing, he's just such a complete midfielder. I'm just worried that a Man City is going to try and come and get him from us, because I could see him in that Pep Man City system, but honestly, he's such a good player for us. And you can see since he came in,
they offer us 150 million for him, and then they offer us 150 million for Odegaard, and then they can have it.
We got such
a
steal last summer. I was calling it.
But I was gonna say, you could see last season when he came in, that's when our season turned. Yeah, and yes, after that international break, when he had that injury, he kind of dipped a bit in form. But before that, he was fantastic, and to the end, he picked up again. And I was surprised that so many were so negative to
It's
get him back in.
the MA outers because MA singled him out as this is the guy we gotta have, and so they attacked Odegaard right off the hop.
Do you know what the mad thing was, though, Moss? It wasn't all MA outers because I was hearing people who are very much in defense of Mikel Arteta saying that they wanted Maddison over him, which was a surprise to me as well. Because if you saw the influence, and people needed to remember that with Odegaard,
I was taking shots everywhere. I was taking shots like a hockey goalie, man, defending Odegaard.
With Odegaard, he never had a home. He was on loan throughout his
Now
whole
where are
career.
those people? Where are those people now?
So, like, now he's in a settled squad and he means a lot. And look at the leadership qualities he's adding, the intangibles of football. He's a captain.
King is dead on. We get a deadly striker with
Well,
Odegaard.
he said it himself. He said it
Oh my
himself.
God.
He said it himself. The fact that he felt at home. You know, when he came on loan, he was like, you know what, this is it. This is where I want to be. They're a young side. I love the manager. I get on with all the boys. I'm a leader here. I'm loved. They're believing in me, so I believe in them. And you're seeing it in his performances. I mean, with a couple of exceptions, probably since Christmas or maybe the whole season, he's been our dominant force.
He's our player.
He's been pulling the strings. Yeah, he's been playing. He's been pulling the strings. He's that's his dad just talking there, but yeah, he's been pulling the strings. He's been orchestrating what we did, and the game that kind of epitomizes Odegaard and is underlined him was that last season, the 3-3. Last season, the 3-3, West Ham 3-3.
He's gonna say that, yeah.
That showed what he's about. And you see his pressing. Go on.
King, if we go to that 3, or like Brad said, the 3, or Sadvik saying the 3 or the 5, you just let him float. Then he's like the false 9 striker guy that's just pulling the strings and going wherever. Like we don't have to take. People said, "Oh, you go to the 3 back system. Where does Odegaard do?" Well, he's a great player. He'll find his way. Like
100%.
Love that midfield. Xhaka deserves a big mention too, though, guys.
And you mentioned Nani El Magico. He was great in AFCON. He was like in the all-star lineup of AFCON. Like he's a confident guy, and a little. And not to be harsh on Partey, I know we all love him, but his defense means he goes way back to our center backs all the time. If you watch, that's not playing defense as midfield. You got to intercept the ball. You got to press and get turnovers more up the pitch. And then he's been doing that. His tackles his timing is great.
I don't know, man. I think Partey does that a lot, and his progressive passes are amazing.
Partey's a way better athlete, way better player. But I'm just saying, and then he's brought some smartness to that midfield.
Yeah,
defensive structure.
That's it.
What I'm about to say now is going to stick in my throat. I'll probably choke, so I might have to go off. But Xhaka seems to be learning. He's settled down.
You see, the internet's not happening anymore. You see, literally, Will's internet went, nah. We're not having this Xhaka talk.
Somehow they
hold my hands up. I'm getting on this Granny Xhaka hype train. I can't lie. I can't lie.
On Xhaka like MA Outers. Like, look, you can change.
Believe. But credit where credit is due, man. The brothers, he's shown. I didn't think he could mature, but he looks like he's maturing. He looks like a leader.
Now he's got a settled squad around him.
He's getting up more too, which is crazy to see.
Yeah, he stopped with the brain farts, and I'm sorry, Arteta has to be praised for that as well.
Yeah, it's
like what Brad said, he's taking him higher up, but he seems to have taken on the responsibility of actually, I'm the big brother. Yeah, I'm the actual big brother in this side.
It's a loop.
You know.
He'll get a
rat at the North London Derby, then we'll say that again.
To me, honestly, with Granny, it's not even about the red cards that were bothering me before. It was more the way that he was quite sloppy with the ball. He got caught up. He didn't always know
Slow
where to
on
position
defense,
himself.
yeah.
But now he's amazing, as that fluid number 8 where he can dictate the game, and his passing is so good and important for us, and his calmness, and he's really understood what he needs to do, and he's doing it so well. For me, I would keep him, honestly. I don't see any reason why we should sell him. He's in his
I know.
prime.
I was Greenbow, and I would sell him too, King. And I'd say he's obviously great in our training ground. I was saying to Tereak, and we're missing something because he's really taking leadership now. And what bothered me, King, too, before, obviously, flipping the bird to fans, but he's always on the ref. Like he's always on the verge of like, oh, this guy's gonna get sent off. He's gotten a lot better since his last one,
100%. And also, guys, let's not forget, we bought Thomas Partey, and it took time for Partey to settle. What is to say that our next big central signing won't need time to settle?
Central midfield.
Yeah.
We've seen it with Rodri. We've seen it with Thiago.
Yeah.
The Premier League is a
Fabinho
different
even.
beast. Fabinho,
Yeah.
We've seen it over and over again. It takes time to settle in the central midfield in this league.
That's why center mid, I'm more Tielemans, but striker.
And that's why I'm Neves. That's why I'm Team Neves, because we need someone.
I think. Go on, T.
I just think that we need someone.
You go.
Yeah,
it's your show, bro. You go.
If we just keep going. No, you go. Okay, I'll go. There you go.
I'm like Canadian. Sorry.
So that's why I agree with King, and why we need a Premier League proven centre midfielder, Tielemans or a Neves. That's why Neves for me, because he gives them a lot more defensively and than what Tielemans does. But I think Tielemans would be a good like Xhaka-ish replacement. But yeah, I just want someone in there that can give us exactly what Xhaka does and more, and that's what Neves
King,
is
King, if we went 3-4-3 or 4-3-3 that Arteta likes, Tielemans and Neves, they're prime for that. Like,
I just think we won't be able to afford Neves.
Yeah.
With all that we have to spend in the summer, especially if we make Champions League, I don't see it. But going back to King's point, it's not just centre midfield, because people are giving Tavares a hard time about settling and the Conga and all the rest of it. This is their first season. Yeah. The Premier League, you need a season, whoever you are, whatever position you're playing. It takes time. You'll have 2 or 3 games, and you'll have 2 or 3 bad games, but to get up to speed, to know what it's about, to the intensity, the physicality, the whole, okay, we're playing the team that's getting relegated, but in the Premier League, that don't mean nothing, because they will fight you sometimes harder than teams that are above you.
Yeah,
you get me. So, I think Tavares is next season. I think Tavares could come good because he's learning. Lokonga definitely, and Neves, I don't think we'll be able to afford him. Tielemans, I'll take. Xhaka, if we keep him, we keep him. If we don't, then his price goes up because of the way he's been playing. And Roma want him, so let's get the money.
Yeah, exactly that, my bro. With Xhaka, you know how much I love Xhaka, man. Hey, your Will for Moss, they give me a lot of stick for getting certain things wrong and that. Where's the credit now for getting Xhaka right?
You heard me shout.
This is football, man. We love it. We love it.
Can you put up that last comment?
What was that?
The last comment that was on there.
Prime moments, Mika Richards with the punditry. Just kidding. Great content. Thank you, Darby. You're a legend. I'm moving on into the attackers now, because this is where Gabriel Martinelli needs to take his game to the next level by converting those chances. He was excellent today. ripping Ailing and whoever was on that right side
I
after Ailing.
I was saying he start ESR, but I was wrong.
Hey, but this is what ESR will give you, though. He won't necessarily. He can do that. He can roast fullbacks. We've seen him do it against Tottenham multiple occasions.
You
But
think he starts Thursday? Yes, sir.
oh, that's a good question.
Oh,
So, because with Martinelli, I just want to add on to Martinelli, and then I'll let you guys answer that, and then you go give your thoughts. That's what Martinelli needs to do, man. He made that cross for Eddie Nketiah excellent. He put it away. He made that goal, and Eddie Nketiah's movement is also a big praise there. But this is what, if we're going to take it to the next level, and guys, if we're going to be Champions League quality, we need Martinelli to start putting these chances away.
yeah.
Even if he doesn't have a great performance like he does today, but goes and grabs a goal, he's similar to what Mane
That's
will
what I was
do.
like. He could be
Salah.
our striker someday. But
I don't know, because
yeah,
striking,
I'm changing on that. But
it's a little different because he's what we're seeing from his game and how he rolls fullback, similar to what he did against Trent. He won't do that if he's central. It's a different style, isn't it? But yeah, what would you guys do then for Thursday if you're Mikel Arteta? You've seen what Martinelli's done today, but you know what ESR can do in the final third.
you want me to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, you obviously keep banging with Eddie. He is, like Creamboat said, a fox in the box, and you just need that, someone to nick a goal, keep the press going, keep the energy going. And Laka, he's done it a few games, but he can't sustain it, and then it really breaks us down sometimes when he doesn't get running about everywhere. And that's the other factor of Martinelli more than ESR is he scares the D, and they keep that much further back because of his speed and trickery and everything. And ESR likes to pull and come back.
Yeah.
But Martinelli gives us other guys space. And that's why, again, I don't think he'll do it. But you go with the back three and the wing backs, Nuno and Martinelli would just rip that flank apart on another team. But we don't necessarily need that. Like King said, we don't need to be the ones pushing and pressuring and in this game. So he'll probably stick with the 4-2-3-1 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously that could come off too, Tereak, Brad.
Yeah, for Pepe. Yeah.
No, but what time was it? I missed
that 67th minute.
Yeah.
I would have did it earlier, man.
Well, I
Goal City.
What about you, Will?
I'd start with the SR, and around about 60 minutes where Tottenham players got tired, they bring on Martinelli, and depending on where the game is. But I think Saka on one side, Martinelli on the other, Odegaard, and Eddie. I think that's enough to get us a goal or two, keep us in the game, and needing to stretch the game, bring on Martinelli about 60 minutes on Thursday. I definitely start with ESR over Martinelli though. And yeah, you know what? I've got my TPG head on. I actually can see us beating Spurs. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Spurs this, Spurs that," and yeah, they got two world-class players and all the rest of it. But we've shown, like Conte knows how to play the big games. This team has been playing up in the big games. So look at the three that we lost were teams that we were supposed to beat. But when it needed, when the pressure was on, and we needed to go and we're playing in the big teams. We're playing the Man United. We're playing the Chelseas. We're playing. They'll come good. They're up for it.
Yeah, bro. If that happens, we beat Spurs. Party down at Will's. Moss is flying in. Brad's flying in too. Brad ain't even packed his stuff yet because he's thinking about the party.
Yeah,
August 1st.
Yeah, it's still in my car.
Brad's in the next room. Brad's in the next room already, man. He's in the next room.
Oh man,
Brad, I'm going Orlando, July 20, 23.
You going?
Beat Chelsea. Then I'm going London, baby.
Oh man, we're looking forward to this. King's had to drop out, I guess. But guys, I've loved this, man. Guys, we're looking
into our hands, Tereak, playing right into our hands.
Oh, Brad, how's the studying going?
What'd you say?
He's back
How's the
home.
studying going?
Oh, it's good. I finished with a 3.5 GPA this semester, so everything's done now. It's all done.
Good work, Brad.
I'm English. Is that good? 3.5? Good?
Yeah,
Four is
it's
like
out of
100.
it's out of 4. So yeah. That's
Okay,
very good.
cool.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
good,
you for
good.
coming on, King. No
Well done,
worries, man. That's fine. Thank you for coming on. You're an absolute legend, and thank you to you all for jumping in the chat and this wonderful panel. But you know what, guys? I know we've still got a whole build up for it. Preview show coming tomorrow.
Prediction?
What was that?
Oh yeah, I guess no prediction. I guess no predictions yet on.
No, you
MLB.
can't. I'm not giving mine yet. I'm keeping mine contractually obliged not to give mine yet with Edwin.
Ed will slap you.
Yeah, but you feel free to give yours, and you can feel free to change it for tomorrow as well when we do the prediction. So
I want to hear the Ed style stuff first. I want to hear the Ed style stuff before.
Ed stats. All right, Brad.
Greenbone turned into a robot here again.
I know. Yeah, you might turn into a robot thing. Will. Yeah. So, Brad.
No worries.
How's this game going to go?
I'm a man of my word, and I said that we would beat Spurs back all the way on our prediction show. Yeah. So I'm going 2-1.
Oh.
Me too. That's what I've had for a long time.
I was thinking 2-1 as well, but on one condition, Brad, you stay up until Wednesday night. You don't get no sleep till Wednesday night. Then I'm stick with the 2-1. Yeah, 2-1.
Brad, go to sleep, my bro. Don't wake up till Friday, please. Yeah, thanks.
Tereak, remember.
Yeah.
We're away, so you go red.
Oh, man, no. I'll wear away.
No. On Thursday.
I'll be wearing these. I
gotta go creamy. You gotta go red.
No. You've got the other way top, though, don't you? The blue one.
I got blue.
You can wear that one, Moss. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it'll work.
It might work. Big up. But Moss, come on. And TPG, finish it off. Hat trick of wins. Go on.
Hat trick of wins? What?
Yeah, in the prediction for Brad, Wilf, and...
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I've been saying 2-1 for a long time, but, I mean, the pressure's off us. It's all on them. Mm-hmm. Let's sit back, frustrate. 1-0, 2-1. Yeah, we're going to get them. Conte's system, he wants counterattack. He wants that counterattack. So... Yeah. Let's win the flanks. El Nadi's Jacques is sitting, and we got this.
Exactly. Hopefully. But you'll hear my prediction tomorrow.
Even a draw, like King says, draw is golden too.
Do you see? I don't think we're capable of drawing.
We're win or lose it.
We win or lose.
Yeah.
This season, we've only drawn twice.
There's so many draws we should have had. And we'd be in third place.
If we beat Spurs, if I'm correct, if we beat Spurs, it doesn't matter the rest of the results because we.
Yes, it don't matter. If we beat Spurs, top four. That's what I'm saying. Party at yours.
And then my prediction comes through for the last match. We help Everton stay up.
I don't mind sending Everton down. Frank Lampard, isn't it? So
exactly.
And after what they did to us earlier on in the season,
beat them anyway.
Sartvik's saying North London derby is at 12:15 a.m. But best believe I'll be watching and hopefully celebrating into the morning. Hopefully Sartvik, real commitment, man.
Yeah,
watching it at those times, legend.
It's Sartvik on She Knows. It's Sartvik on She Knows.
On She Knows what? Arsenal.
Yeah, She Knows football. She Knows Arsenal. Yeah.
What about?
Is he on there?
Is
Sartvik on that?
Oh, I don't know.
Sartvik on Mars, Greenbone.
Yeah, let us know. But guys, we're gonna wrap this up now. Thank you to my wonderful panel for jumping on, talking about the game. Discussing, debating a lot of things. This is what it's about, football, and this is what we love. Brad, thank you for coming on, my bro. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
Just on the Discords and on Tom's channel a lot too. And don't forget to tell Mama G happy Mother's Day for me.
Oh yes, I will.
Don't forget.
Thank you.
I just-
Mama, keep watching.
About to go run to the store real quick to go get some
Yeah.
flowers for my mom. She just left, so I want to surprise her when she gets back.
You get going then, Brad,
Me
for
too,
sure.
Brad.
Well, thank
Picking
you,
up
my
flowers,
brother.
picking up brunch. Gotta go see Mama.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much again, my bro. You know what, the legend, and you got to finally meet Harry. Did you meet Tom as well? Did you speak to him?
Yeah. I did. Yeah, I met Tom, Harry. The funniest one
He gave it to Ponzi.
was Potsy. Me and him had a really good chat. He's a really lovely guy.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. I just don't like his.
He's awesome. He's awesome. He's just he just hates Arteta. He said to me, he hates Arteta. It doesn't matter what. Arteta could win the quadruple, and he's still willing to go. So you know, that's what it is. But it was a great night. I represented, and it was awesome. And I look forward to meeting you and Moss in person. And Brad, when you finally finish your exams, because we can't come over to do that. Definitely.
School first, Brad, but love that.
Exactly.
Will.
Stay in school. Stay in school.
Exactly.
Listen, I graduate in 2 years. After that 2 years, that might be my graduation present to myself, is to fly out there.
Go to London, yeah.
Robot Creamy is so incoherent. So no.
What Robot was saying is Arteta outers are whack. No matter what.
I think it's because he praised Xhaka.
Champions League.
Yeah,
Mike doesn't like it.
I told you, the internet tried stopping it. The mic tried stopping it. They don't. He's like, no, Will, don't let us down.
He's on you.
I've heard the name Xhaka and a lot of expletives after it. Not praise.
It was just him loving Xhaka. It blew up the internet.
Exactly. This doesn't work. But Moss, let the people know where they can find you, my man.
Yeah. I'm recently new to YouTube. Tereak's done so good with his watch alongs. I ain't a smooth talker like him, but I'll bring in North American sports. We got MLS today and some NHL and NBA playoffs and 9 p.m. UK time, Moss Sports Talk. And Instagram, hit me up, CK Moss 16.
Love it, man. Thank you once again. And all of you in the chat, you've been amazing. Thank you, Penny. Thanks, Sartvik, and everyone else who's come. And big up King as well. And I'll give King a shout out. Yeah, exactly. You can find him on the Discord servers as well, in Tom's and in the TTF. So join that if you haven't done so already.
Discord, yeah.
And yeah, you'll see King on SFeetly TV a lot as well, doing a lot of shows over there. Thank you to my lovely panel, the amazing one. You know what I'm saying?
Big up, Ed.
Exactly. Big up, Ed, as well. Look at also Brad.
Yeah.
I am a Lions fan. I mentioned it to him earlier, Ed. I did. Maybe the owner of the UK.
Yeah, probably.
And Creambone is Megatron.
Even the robot. Love, peace to you all, and have a happy Mother's Day to you guys over in that North America.
Take care, lads.
Love, and we're out. Peace.